Indiana tonight leading the Pacers 91-77 midway through the third. Josh Hart, Karl Anthony Towns, and OG Anunoby all with 20-plus. Back to Orlando. Here's Matt Pinto.
Get your young Thunder fan off the sidelines at the end of the game with the Thunder Rookies Club app. Complete challenges, play games, and win exclusive prizes, all from your mobile device with the free Thunder Rookies Club app available now. Thunder poor shot selection recently. They are 2 of 6 in the quarter and have been outscored 11-4 by the Magic, who now lead by 1, 90-89. The tray by Bain, punctuating a run of 9-zip for the Magic, who were down by 8 when the run began. It remains McCain, Joe, Holmgren, Mitchell, and Caruso for the Thunder, down 1 with 8:12 to play. Mitchell crossing over on Pendant into the paint. Jump stop, spins, across his body, hooks and hits with a left hand from 10 feet out. Mitchell, the third Thunder scorer in double figures with 11. OKC on the teeter-totter, leads at 91-90. Strong move by the second-year man from UC Santa Barbara. Out front holding is De Silva, played by Mitchell, to a curl-cutting Bain. Hounded by Caruso, ducks to the corner. Up the sideline to De Silva, cross-court left Kane, left corner Carter, 6 to shoot. Barreling left across the paint, fadeaway 12-foot jumper short, well defended by Joe. Caruso's got the miss, feeding Isaiah front court. Holds, hits the trailing McCain, blasting between defenders, lays it up on the run and blows the bunny. Take it back out, you're off balance. Bain's got the loose ball. Desmond streaks to an angle left 3 that he's open for. He missed it short, though. Holmgren has the miss, hit in the face by Kane. No blood, no foul. 11 boards for Holmgren. OKC on the backboard, up 9. Leads by 1 on the scoreboard, 91-90, as Mitchell probes right. Across his body floats a runner, counts, and it goes, and it goes! Oh, A.J. Mitchell lofting home a beauty. Got Desmond Bain to commit his 5th foul and gets to the free throw line, having scored the last 2 Thunder buckets for a 93-90 advantage with 7:14 left. So A.J. Mitchell showing the poise and the polish of a guy that is far older than he is. He's only 22 in his second season. Banchero is back in. Caruso guarded him beautifully late in the third, helping OKC come back from 7 down to lead at one point by 8 in the second half. Mitchell's free throw is good. 5 straight by AJ. He has 14 on the night. There's Gogo Batase with Jalen Suggs, Jamal Kane, Paolo Banchero, and Tristan De Silva for the Magic. Thunder by 4, 94-90, scoring 5 straight. Up top, Banchero top of the key. Hounded by Caruso, feeds in the paint to Kane, who misses a floating 5-footer in and out. McCain's got the rebound, surging back. Kicks it left wing to Mitchell, closed out by De Silva. Jab stepping, isolated to the baseline. Pump fake, steps inside, scoops it. Can't score it this time. Batase has the miss, back come the Magic. 6:40 to play, down 4 on their home floor. Banchero doubled, right wing to Batase, not a threat from 3. Works the bounce and sends it out near midcourt to Suggs. Off the right elbow, Batase, right corner to Silva. Closed out by Holmgren. 6 to shoot. Holds. Lobs. Mid-post right, Batase, 2 to shoot. To the baseline. Doubled. Kicks it to the baseline. Kane leans in. Missed the bank shot from 5. Under duress as Holmgren grabs his 12th rebound. Thunder pitching a shutout since falling behind 90-89. Scoring 5 straight, 6:10 to play. Slicing right, Mitchell. Corner right kicks to Caruso. Up the sideline to Joe. Long angle right 3 by Zay. Is online. Cha-ching it. Thunder money ball. Not how many, but when, baby. Isaiah Joe reigns and drains the 28-footer. His first tray tonight, and Oklahoma City answers the 9-0 blitz by the Magic with 8 straight themselves for a 97-90 advantage. Timeout Orlando. 6:05 to play, and a beauty from Central Florida at the Kia Center. We'll be back. This is Thunder Basketball.
NBA fans don't just watch the game, they live it. So stream like you're courtside with NBA League Pass, your ticket to all the action. Watch your favorite team shine and catch the league's brightest stars and rising stars at the same time with multi-view on your favorite devices. From the plays you can't believe to the most live games and the drama that comes with it. If it happens on the court, it's happening on NBA League Pass.
Only select out-of-market games available. Blackout restrictions apply. Additional charges and other conditions may apply. Visit NBA.com/subscriber agreement for full terms and conditions.
We are OU Health, the overcomers of I'm out of options. The only answer to what do I do now? When others say too late, OU Health says, let's go. We've got this. You're in the right place. We are Oklahoma's healthcare powerhouse. Thousands working together as one to change every outcome. Because some talk, but we teach. Some treat, We search for cures. Some prescribe. We transform. This is a promise to all 77 counties that you have someone on your side, working, fighting, wrestling, so that you have a tomorrow. Someone who will never quit, never back down. OU Health. Never done. Never outdone.
Power. It's more than what lights your home. It's what you do with it. And you do wonders. That's why OG&E works to make the way we bring you power even more reliable. The way you live is rapidly changing, so we're making your power even smarter. And as your energy needs change, we're working to keep your rates as low as possible. Because for power to work for everyone, we've got to make your power go further. At OG&E, we energize life.
Welcome back, Thunder. Go to Washington Saturday. The Wizards hosting Detroit right now. The Pistons lead that game 105-83 early in the fourth quarter. Wizards have got 19 points from Will Riley. Let's send it back to Orlando. Here's Matt Pinto.
Gideon, thank you. Everyone loves free food. Score a free taco during every Thunder game day at participating Taco Bueno locations. Mention the offer to redeem Taco Bueno, the official taco of the Oklahoma City Thunder. With the Thunder showing championship medal, the Magic went on a 9-0 burst to grab a 1-point lead after OKC led by 8 earlier this quarter. Thunder respond to that 1-point deficit with 8 straight themselves. They now outscored the Magic 12-11 in the fourth quarter to lead 97-90 with 6:05 to play. Gilgeous-Alexander is back to the stretch run, joined by A.J. Mitchell, Isaiah Joe, Alex Caruso, and Jay Will. Caruso is on. Banchero has 28 to lead the Magic. Front court, Jamal Cain feeding between the circles to Banchero. Checked by Caruso. Dashes down the lane, jump stops and kicks right corner Suggs. Jamal's 3 is up and good. Jalen's 3 is up and good. Too easy. Suggs knocks down the Magic's 15 3-pointer to 8 for the Thunder, and that's a big bucket for the Magic. Suggs now has 14 points. 97-93 Thunder. Mitchell yo-yos a bounce at the logo. Surges left back of a Shea pick. Draws 3. Cross court right to Caruso. Straight away to SGA. Jump passing left wing to Mitchell open. The angle left 3-pointer is online but short. Suggs fights the rebound. Caruso digs it out. Big time retrieval by Alex. Shea crosses over. Falls down in the lane. And we have a timeout call by the Thunder with 8 to shoot. Gilgeous-Alexander lost his balance his first stint of the fourth quarter after knocking down 19 on the Magic's defensive head. A season high for a quarter. He's got 31 on the night. OKC's got to gather forces here. Magic have 2 team fouls, 2 to give. OKC with 1 team foul, 3 to give in a 4-point game at 97-93 as this game enters clutch time. Thunder, the second best clutch time team in the NBA at 21-10. The Magic are not much worse. They're 23-11, third best. These two teams have found ways to win close games. Thunder ripped off 4 consecutive victories in clutch game situations. Up 4 coming off a timeout. We'll take time. This is Thunder basketball.
Taco Bueno just dropped something big. The new Taco Bueno app is here, and you can get a free Muchaco just for downloading. The Party Box is back and better than ever, where you can mix and match any 4 party items. Perfect for feeding the whole crew during Thunder games. And every Oklahoma City Thunder game, swing by Taco Bueno to score a free soft or hard shell taco. Free food, big flavors, big Thunder energy. Download the Taco Bueno app and let the wins and the tacos roll in.
7 ties, 5 lead changes. Matt Pinto welcoming you back above court side of the Kia Center in Orlando. Opener of a 5-game extended road trip for the Thunder. Magic playing their second game in as many nights and showing a ton of will after losing by a dozen in Atlanta last night. They're back at it Thursday in Charlotte. Thunder back at it tomorrow night in Brooklyn. Caruso will inbound with Jay Will, SGA, Joe and Mitchell, the 4 accompanying him. Near sideline, Alex gets into Shea near midcourt, sizing up Suggs. 6 seconds on the shot clock, barreling right. Steps away, fires, fadeaway 15-foot jumper is online, overshot the rim. Jay Will rebounds a miss, 1 to shoot. Joe's going to fling the ball near the bucket, but doesn't come close. That's a shot clock violation for the Thunder. Their 9th turnover tonight, matching Orlando's turnover total of 9. That's the second Thunder air ball in the fourth quarter. 5:09 to play. Orlando the ball down 4 at home, 97-93. SGA's on to Silva, who gives to Suggs near the logo. Mitchell guarding Suggs. Kick straight away, Wendell Carter Jr. To Banchero, 40 feet away, crowded by Caruso, 10 to shoot. doubled. Jump passing in the lane to De Silva. Lobbing inside to Carter. Ball tipped away by Caruso. He's there again. Joe, the loose ball up the sideline to Shea. Nothing develops in transition. Shea settles into the half court. Bucking right, pulls up, pops. The Rainbow 13-foot jumper won't drop. Had a clean look, couldn't convert. He's 12 of 24 on the night now as Wendell Carter Jr. has the miss. Magic getting stops. 4.5 to play, down 4. Suggs driving left. Nearly lost his balance. Drifts to the corner, feeds off the elbow, left to Banchero. Powering low left. Draws a double, spins. Loses it, gets it back in the lane. Lays it up across his body, it rolls off. Loose ball volleyed. Shea gets it in the open court, one-on-one on De Silva. To the baseline, down the lane. Bullying. Stripped by De Silva, no whistle. A lot of contact. Suggs has the loose ball. You kidding me? 4:05 left. That quickly Bain jump passing. Left wing Carter open. The three-pointer a brick. Long rebound tipped out. Gathered by Suggs. Into the paint. Banchero stripped of the ball by either Shea or Mitchell, and they call a foul on one of the two on the reach-in. No foul call at one end where Shea gets butchered by De Silva, and yet there is a whistle the other way as Shea is down. 3:59 to play. Mitchell the guilty party on the reach. That's the Thunder's second team foul. Are they going to give Banchero free throws because they say he gathered? Wow. Shea is still down, helped up now by Jay Will and Isaiah Joe. It's just been a spurty Thunder game offensively. 8 of 27 from 3, 29%. They made only 42% of their shots. No free throws for Banchero. Joe is out, replaced by Holmgren. 3:59 to play. Thunder 97 to Magic 93. Make it 97-95 as Bain drives right by Mitchell. Nobody at home to challenge. Bain lays it in. He's now got 13. Right wing Mitchell, guarded by Wendell Carter Jr. Yo-yos the bounce, crosses over. Isolated, ducks to the baseline, floats it up, counts if it goes, and it won't go. It's in and out, pops free from 5 feet away. Orlando with 5 consecutive points is within 2 as Mitchell goes to the free throw line on Carter Jr.'s first foul. 1 foul for the Magic Center. And the Magic are going to challenge this foul call. I love it. 3:40 to play. They'll be out of challenges after this, I'm almost certain. Carter, no way in legal guarding position. Was not square as Mitchell got a step on him to the baseline. This call under review brought to you by Pella of Oklahoma, official window and door partner of the Oklahoma City Thunder. We'll be back. This is Thunder Basketball.
Some things from the 90s we'd rather forget, like dial-up internet or frosted tips. But some things never go out of style, like Taco Mayo's classic value menu. Choose from 10 of your favorite value items for just $1.89 each when you get 4 or more, like tacos, bean burritos, locos, and more. Loads of flavor, no hammer pants required. The classic value menu only at Taco Mayo, Oklahoma owned and operated. Eat local.
Thunder back at it, taking on the Brooklyn Nets tomorrow night, a team they held to an opponent's season low 86, beating them by 19 in the earlier clash on February 2nd at home. A lot of work still to be done here with 3:40 to play. The Magic challenging the blocking foul call on Wendell Carter Jr. Clear to me he is not in legal guarding position and hit Mitchell with the body. Banchero's been hit frequently that way tonight and earned 6 free throws. So Mitchell should be at the line right now with the Thunder up by 2, 3:40 to play. The downstairs, who knows, the havoc being wreaked by the officials. Tyler Ricks, Courtney Kirkland on headset with Secaucus, New Jersey's NBA Replay Center, and they're going quite a spell here to determine the call. If the Magic win this challenge, they'd get a second. The Thunder have yet to use their challenge tonight. Thunder leading by 2, but it was 7 a moment ago. The Magic have run off 5 in a row. 3:40 to play. That's the way the night's gone. Thunder led by 18 midway through the second. Orlando closed it within 1 at halftime, then led by 8 in the third quarter before Oklahoma City recovered to grab a lead of 6 going to the fourth. Since that time, back and forth. Only 5 lead changes, 7 ties in this game. Both teams have really had at each other. Thunder holding the Magic under 38% shooting tonight, and yet Orlando's made 7 more three-pointers and has ridden that to within 2 points of the reigning champs. 97-95 Oklahoma City. Still no word as they continue to take a look at what they're determining here. Courtney Kirkland is going to let us know right now. He's the crew chief.
After review, the defensive player goes into the lower body of the offensive player during the drop to the basket. The rule on the floor stands as a defensive foul. It is an unsuccessful challenge. Orlando will be charged a timeout, and they have no challenges remaining.
Translation, the refs needed a break from the intensity of the game. They took forever to determine that. They couldn't determine that after seeing the play one time. 3:40 left, A.J. Mitchell for free throws. Well, he doesn't ever cower from the moment, does he? He's got 5 in the quarter, 14 in the game. Mitchell on the season, a lofty 87% foul shooter, just below SGA for team-high honors in that regard. 3 minutes and 40 seconds left in regulation. Both sides, 2 timeouts left. Thunder have a challenge remaining. The Magic do not. Mitchell to the line where he is 3 of 3. Bends his knees, dips, shoots, make it 4 of 4. OKC by 3 can extend it to a 2-possession advantage if Mitchell is true on this one. AJ's got 15. Holmgren a double-double, 17 points, 12 rebounds. SGA with 31, including 19 in the third quarter for Oklahoma City. Mitchell readies for the second. He casts it, and he sticks it. Thunder 99, the Magic 95. As Jalen Suggs will orchestrate the Magic attack. The fourth-year point guard across the timeline, guarded by SGA, gives to Bane between the rings. Bane checked by Mitchell. Desmond holding 40 feet away. Gets a screen from Banchero, widens out right, draws a double. He's Banchero in the lane, leading in, lobbing. Carter missed the dunk, but a foul coming inside by Jay Will. So Wendell Carter Jr. goes back to the foul line. Do the Thunder challenge that? Jay Will picks up his second. If there's any contact there, it's minimal. Mark Daigneault looking for a replay overhead, looking to the bench, and the Thunder will not challenge that. Wendell Carter Jr., 4 of 4 foul shooting, 1 of 5 in doubles for the Magic with 10. Readies for 2 here. His team down 4, 3:26 to play. Carter dribbles 3 times, eyes the rim, dips, shoots, and rattles it in. Orlando virtually airtight at the foul line where they're 17 of 19. Mitchell out, Cason Wallace in. AJ another outstanding performance, this time on the road with 16 points, 3 assists and 2 rebounds in the game. Orlando looks to make it a 2-point game as Carter spins the ball in front of him. Same routine, 3:26 left. The big man arcs it, and it rolls out. Jay Will there to secure the missed shot. OKC on the backboard, plus 11 tonight on the scoreboard, lead by 3. Gilgeous-Alexander on the handle, slot right behind a Holmgren pick. Weaving left. Banchero guards it. Ducking right. Shea retreats. Sizing it up, steps back, fires. Angle left 3-pointer is online. Counted. Cha-ching, a Thunder money ball. SGA rises and rips the cords. He's got 34. Thunder 102, the Magic 96. Mr. Clutch is here, leads the league in clutch points. Baseline right, Banchero. Faces up on Caruso, barrels his way right at the paint, zings the ball left corner to Silva, open, his 3-point shot, overshoots the rim and air ball. Caruso says, thanks, I'll take that, with 2:50 to play. Shea on the handle, he's a killer, has that MJ DNA, it seems, in scenarios like this. Shea, dancing on the dribble, shuttles, can't shake Suggs, 8 to shoot. Crowded by Suggs, drives by him down the lane, up and under, twirls a right-hand reverse, no good, but he's fouled en route. So Shea persevered against Suggs, maiming him multiple times, and gets to the stripe for 2 free throws with 2:32 to play. He swooped inside. De Silva called for the reach-in foul. And with 2:32 to play and the Magic out of challenges, Shea to the line where he's 5 of 7. 34 and counting for SGA. He's needed every single one. Thunder lead the game by 6, 102-96 with 2:32 to play. Shea arcs the first. Looks good and is. OKC from the foul line, number 2 best in the league at over 80%, is converted 20 of 23 tonight, 87% as they bid for a 6th consecutive win against the Magic head-to-head and a 9th straight win overall. Shea strokes the second. It's up, rolls in. Oklahoma City back of 5 straight from SGA, leads 104-96 with 2.5 left. Banchero back of a Carter pick, wedging right from behind. Caruso knocked the ball away. J. Will has it, leading Alice to the rim. He lays it in. Timeout Magic. Caruso's everywhere, baby. He is such a stalwart defensively. He comes up with big play after big play. A huge part of the reason Thunder won the whole thing a year ago, and a huge part of the reason they got a shot to win this game, leading by 10 now on a 7-0 scamper with 2:21 to play. OKC 106, the Magic 96. Tremendous last minute and a half from the reigning champs. This is Thunder basketball.
Attention Thunder fans. Satisfy your barbecue cravings at Section 110 in the Paycom Center with Big O's Pork and Dreams during the game. Indulge in hickory-smoked fall-off-the-bone turkey legs, savory chopped brisket or pulled pork sandwiches, and loaded baked potatoes. Can't get enough? Visit Big O's in Edmond or Midwest City, Tuesday through Saturday, for all your barbecue catering and food truck needs. Experience barbecue dreams at Big O's and enjoy Thunder basketball like never before.
Tonight's OG&E Power Play of the game comes courtesy of the two-time All-Defensive selection, Alex Caruso, plus 11 in the fourth quarter with 2 steals in the frame, and that breakaway bucket off of the deflection away from Banchero in the lane. Caruso on the night for the Thunder has those 2 steals, 7 rebounds, 2 points, is plus 24 on the raw plus-minus. OG&E re-energized life, and Caruso's outstanding hustle and defensive prowess helping the Thunder corral Banchero, who's been stuck on 28 for some time, and put OKC in the driver's seat with 2 minutes and 21 seconds to play by 10. Thunder led by as many as 18 in the opening half. Suggs across the timeline inside the 2:15 mark on the dribble weave to Banchero. Swirling right, driving, pump fakes, gives it up right corner to Silva. Plowing right to left across the lane, lays it up and lays it in. 106.98 rather, with 2:04 to play. De Silva on excellent movement of men and the ball has 10. Wallace, Caruso, Shea Will, SJ, and Holmgren for the Thunder. Shea, 30 feet away, barreling left, spins right, elevates, fires 15-foot jumper, straight away, rips the cords. Gildas Alexander's got 38 and counting. OKC 108, the Magic 98. Shea's here, making his presence felt in a big way in Central Florida. Banchero spinning, trying to stray from 2, barrels right. Squeezes up a layup that he hits right of the lane. He has got 30 now, but his first bucket in the fourth quarter comes with 1:36 to play and pulls a Magic within only 8, 108-100 Thunder. Wallace against De Silva's retreating defense. Magic out of fouls, Thunder have 1 to give. Shea comes to it, slot left. Back of a Jay Will pick, draws a double team, retreats near midcourt with 10 to shoot. Left wing Jay Will, drives towards the top, whips it cross court right to Wallace, 6 to shoot. Payson's got to go, 1:15 to play, slicing left, down the lane, stripped to the ball going up by Suggs. It's out of bounds to the Thunder with 1.9 on the shot clock. Jalen Suggs, quick hands, 1:13 to play. Orlando has excelled in close games this season. Incredibly, 11-3 when decided by 3 or fewer, 17-8 when decided by 6 or fewer. Wallace out, Mitchell in, 1.9 on the shot clock, 1:13 on the game clock, Thunder by 8. Caruso to inbound underneath. Bain providing on-ball pressure. Alex giving the rock, here we go, looking, holding. Still looking. Still holding, got to get it in, and doesn't, 5 count. Caruso, rather than surrendering a live ball giveaway potentially, as the Magic shut off all avenues for him to successfully get it in bounds, takes the 10th Thunder turnover. Up 8 defending, 1:13 to play. Suggs greeted in the backcourt by Shea. Shea strips him, and Shea's called for a reach-in foul. That's a team foul the Thunder had to give. No repercussion there. Gildas Alexander picking up his 3rd. Thought he had timed that beautifully as he jarred the ball away from Suggs. I think Shea's asking Mark Daignault to challenge that call. He's got a challenge, but 1 timeout. Check that, 2 timeouts, and he's going to challenge here. He trusts his reigning MVP. So that will move the Thunder to 1 timeout if this is unsuccessful. If successful, Thunder will have the ball with 1:12 to play. The call under review brought to you by Pella of Oklahoma, official window and door partner of the Oklahoma City Thunder. Ball was rolled to Suggs. Shea ambushed him and jarred it away. We'll see the outcome of this on the other side. This is Thunder basketball.
With just seconds on the clock, I'm chomping at the bit here, Frank.
I'm telling you, this is a moment in basketball history to really relish in.
Back at the offensive end, Ken Chump musters up all his strength and squeezes down into the paint.
He breaks through the screen, posts up with buns out, catches the ball,
and he's called for the double drizzle.
Dude, just get your hot dog and let's get back to our seats. Eat Schwab, the official hot dog of the Oklahoma City Thunder.
1:12 to play. Shea Gildas Alexander popped the ball away from Jalen Suggs. They're reviewing it now to determine whether or not the foul that was deemed on the court, a block against Shea, is in fact upheld. Thunder challenged the call. Question becomes, was Shea's armbar on the mid-waist area, the side of Suggs, legal or not? He was clean on the ball, but was there a foul on the body? Courtney Kirkman's going to let us know right now. 1:12 to play. Thunder lead the game by 8.
After review, the defense player legally deflected the ball. The rule on the floor has been overturned and there is no foul on the play. It is is a successful challenge, Oklahoma City will retain their timeout, and they will have another challenge. They will resume with the ball on the sideline.
So the Thunder get possession on Shea's tap away on the Suggs dribble, and that's Jalen Suggs-like in what Shea just did for his third steal tonight. What else has he done? How about 38 points, 5 rebounds, and 1 assist? 19 of his 38 came in the third quarter, where the Thunder seemed to be floating on top of the water, down 8, nothing going their way with 4 minutes to play. Shea resurrected their hopes and is come up big late in this game with a 3-pointer, a mid-range jumper, free throws late, as he's got the Thunder up 108-100. Now scoring the Magic 23-21 in the fourth. Caruso will inbound near sideline front court, has Jay Will, Holmgren, SJ, AJ Mitchell with him against De Silva, Banchero, Suggs, Carter Jr. and Bain providing on-ball pressure. 1:12 to play, Thunder by 8. Magic, after winning 7 straight, staring down the barrel of a second straight loss. OKC battling to secure a 9th straight win and a playoff spot. They sew it up and clinch with a victory tonight. Caruso gets it into Shea at midcourt. Shea will hold, draw a double. Suggs on him. Now he's doubled by De Silva. Up the left sideline to Mitchell. Straight away to Shea. Driving. Reached in on and fouled by De Silva with 1:01 to play. Took a while for him to blow the whistle, but that'll be free throws for SGA. Shea at the line is 7 of 9, has 38 points, on the brink of his 7th 40-plus point performance to begin this extended season-long 5-game road swing. Jamal Mosley not happy with Courtney Kirkland. It's been a hell of a game. I mean, this has been back and forth. 2 teams that are aspirational big playoff runs in the Magic. Never wilting tonight. Second night of a back-to-back. Shea's first foul shot is up and good. Gilgeous-Alexander now has 39, leading all scorers. Mitchell 16. Holmgren a double-double of 17 points, 12 rebounds. Jay Will out. He came up big in the second half with 8 points himself, 5 rebounds and 2 assists. Banchero with 30 and 10 rebounds, a double-double. Shea second is on the way. Tumbles good. 40 for Shea. And he has scored 28 of those in the second half. Thunder lead by 10, 110-100. Banchero on the perimeter right. Sealed by Caruso. Holds. Cross courts at left wing to Carter. He fires a wing 3 that's on the way. Not even close. Caruso's got the miss. 45 seconds to play, and it's academic now in Orlando. Thunder going to start this road trip off on the right foot. Shea working his curling kneel dribbling exhibition against the double team. Feeds Caruso. At midcourt, he's doubled. Surging up the right side, and a timeout called by Oklahoma City. So the Thunder on the brink of sweeping the Magic and knocking off this quality Eastern opponent for the 6th consecutive time, and starting this road trip off on the right foot, earning their 54th win this season, which would be the sealer for their 13th playoff appearance since the 09-10 season, which is second high in the NBA. This club seems to be hitting stride right now. They've done yeoman work since the All-Star break, an NBA best 12 wins in 13 games if they hang on, and they own a lead of 10 right now. Quite an effort over the final 16 minutes of this game. A lot like what happened against Minnesota on Sunday, where the Thunder dominated the Timberwolves with the game in the balance from the midway point of the third quarter through the conclusion of a 13-point win, 116-103. In this game, they were down by 8 points with 4 minutes left in the third quarter, turned that completely around to lead by 10 right now, outscoring the Magic by 18 with the game in the balance, 35.1 seconds to play. And OKC, if it hangs on here, is going to improve to 22-10 in clutch games that beat the Magic, in essence, at their own game, coming through in the clutch. The Magic, while the Thunder are number 2 in clutch win percentage, the Magic are number 3, 23-11, pending the outcome here. OKC generating 59 second half points, holding Orlando to 40, and holding the Magic under 40% shooting on the night at 38%. That'll be the 9th time this season Oklahoma City's accomplished that feat if it stays that way. They go 4 across just inside midcourt with Holmgren, Mitchell, Kaysen Wallace and SGA. Alex Caruso to inbound against Suggs, Bain, Banchero. Separating 2 in the stack is Jamal Cain for the Magic, and now he's being moved out of that position. De Silva, the other Magic player on the court. SGA in the fourth quarter with 9. 28 the second half. Ball comes in the backcourt to Mitchell. AJ a running start with 8 to shoot. Grabbed by Bain. No foul called. Doubled by Kane. Spins and loses the ball. Banchero's got the loose ball. 25 seconds. Banchero up top. Barreling right on Mitchell. Sidesteps it. Lays it up on the run and lays it in. 32 for Bain. Or rather Banchero. 110-102. Ball comes in deep in the backcourt to Shea. Across the timeline. Lobbing to Holmgren. Comes swings at the rim, lays it up and in, and he's fouled doing so by De Silva. Finishing touches tonight, baby. Chet Holmgren is able to cash in the long lead by Shea for his 18th and 19th points. He's got a chance to go to 20 points tonight and punctuate a big double-double on the road in Orlando with 15.4 seconds to play. If Chet knocks this down, it'll be his second straight 20-plus point outing at 21 Sunday against Minnesota and his 21st 20-plus point game. He's already gathered his 22nd double-double. Thunder 112, the Magic 102. 15.4 to play. OKC fans in the stands making their presence felt on the road. Chet's free throw is good. Give him 20. You give the Thunder a 113-102 lead with 15 seconds left. Suggs across the timeline against Wallace's on-ball pressure. Driving, kicking. Front right to Silva rises and knocks down a three. It's 113-105. In the backcourt, Shea loses the ball. De Silva has it. Right wing three is up. No good. Fight for the rebound. Bain has it. Left side angle three-pointer is on the way. Good at the buzzer. That makes the final a sloppy 113-108 Thunder victory in Orlando. So the Thunder begin this season-long 5-game Eastern trip successfully with a 5-point triumph in Orlando, despite some late game Button who has the button and not protecting the ball well at all. OKC wins it 113-108. They become the first team in the NBA this season to clinch a playoff spot, improving to 54-15 on the season. They'll remain 3 games up on the San Antonio Spurs in the loss column for the top record in the Western Conference in the NBA overall as they navigate back of Shea's robust 40-point explosion in Orlando to a 113-108 victory over the Magic. They led by 11 before surrendering a De Silva late 3-point shot. Shea then coughed the ball up, and Bain knocked down another 3. Orlando scores on 17 threes tonight. The Thunder only 9. An 8 3-point make difference is compensated for by the Thunder dominating inside 54-32 in the paint and winning the rebounding battle 53-41 in this game. They hold the Magic to 39% field goal shooting en route to a sweep of the season series, winning by 36 at home in early February, and tonight in Orlando by 5, 113-108. OKC getting 40 from Shea, 16 from Mitchell, a double-double of 20 points and 12 rebounds from Chet Holmgren, but Alex Caruso's play extraordinary. He was plus 19 overall tonight in the raw plus-minus, had 8 rebounds, an assist, 2 big steals, and did yeoman work defending Paolo Banchero. Banchero winds up with 32, but he scored 4 points very late. They really had no bearing on the outcome as the Thunder came up big from 8 back with 4 minutes left in the third quarter to the 5-point win, 113-108. The Thunder now are 25-8 on the road. They've won 9 straight, 12 of 13 since the All-Star breaks. They improved to 54-15 on the season. AJ Mitchell joins me downstairs. AJ, can you hear me okay?
Yes, sir.
Hey, congrats on this one. Talk to me about what it's like to be Shea Gilgeous-Alexander's teammate with a game in the balance. You guys down by 8 late in the third quarter on the road. He just seemed to will you back into position to win this thing. What notes do you take watching him as a teammate?
I mean, just how calm he is in every situation. I think it's pretty special and something for me to learn for sure. So it's amazing to see that, and I mean, it's obviously great to have him as a teammate.
You have tremendous composure in your second NBA season. You stabilized the offense to begin the fourth, scored 5 quickly, and put the team in position to potentially win this game. What were you thinking in that scenario in a tight game on the road, AJ?
Just being solid. Do what we usually do, and do everything to win the game. That's really it.
This is another quality opponent you guys rise to beat. This stretch in which you won 12 of 13 since the All-Star break, what's clicking? What's important for you to gain steam down the stretch before the playoffs?
I mean, just getting better with every game. Use every game we got left to just get better and get ready for the playoffs, and just keep building on what we already have.
You have no choice. You're going to be on the road for 5 straight games, a season-long road trip. Do you enjoy bonding with the guys on trips like this one, confronting the adversity you will on the road?
Yeah, I mean, it's a fun team, so it's always fun to be on the road with the guys. We always have fun, and just enjoy everything with this team, so it's fun.
Before we let you run, you clinched the playoff spot tonight. Congratulations. What does that mean to you?
Excuse me, what did you say?
You clinched a playoff spot tonight, first team in the league to do that. What does it mean to you?
I mean, it's great. Obviously, that's what we want, but we still got to keep going, keep building.
AJ, thank you so much for the visit. Congrats on the win. Great way to start this road trip.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
AJ Mitchell, 16 points. Big ones in the fourth quarter as Oklahoma City finds a way past the gritty, feisty Magic. Orlando, clearly a different team than the one the Thunder blew out in Oklahoma City in early February. Had an 18-point lead in the second quarter. The Magic didn't blinked. They came right back and pulled up to within 1 at the half, then built an 8-point lead in the third quarter at home, where the Thunder were forced to rally, and OKC showed championship mettle in doing that, riding SGA's 40-point performance. 129 straight games now for Shea at 20 or more, and tonight doubling that, had 28 of his 40 in the second half as he helps the Thunder win this game by 5, 113-108. 9 straight Thunder victories. They're now 54-15 on the season, and a robust 25-8 on the road as they move on from here for a second night of a back-to-back scenario tomorrow night in Brooklyn. We'll preview what's ahead from here on the road trip for the Thunder and let you know the numbers that matter from this one. OKC wins it 113-108 over Orlando tonight. This is Thunder basketball.
Attention Thunder fans. Satisfy your barbecue cravings at Section 110 in the Paycom Center with Big O's pork and dreams during the game. Indulge in hickory smoked fall-off-the-bone turkey legs, savory chopped brisket, or pulled pork sandwiches, and loaded baked potatoes. Can't get enough? Visit Big O's in Edmond or Midwest City, Tuesday through Saturday, for all your barbecue catering and food truck needs. Experience barbecue dreams at Big O's and enjoy Thunder basketball like never before.
You wouldn't get a haircut from your lawn guy. You wouldn't get tax advice from a taxidermist. So if you want windows, talk to the window experts. Bella of Oklahoma has been selling and installing windows for more than 100 years. Check out the Pella showroom to shop hundreds of windows and doors in every price range. Transform your home with advice from the window connoisseurs. Visit your local Pella showroom in OKC or Tulsa, or shop now at PellaOK.com.
This isn't just a game, it's a once-in-a-generation event. The Harlem Globetrotters 100-year tour. Celebrate 100 years of high-flying dunks, 100 years of show-stopping moves, and 100 years of changing the game. Bring the whole family and be part of the legacy. This game is once in a century. Be there at Paycom Center on March 28th. Go to HarlemGlobetrotters.com for your tickets to the 100-year tour.
Some things from the 90s we'd rather forget, like dial-up internet or frosted tips. But some things never go out of style, like Taco Mayo's classic value menu. Choose from 10 of your favorite value items for just $1.89 each when you get 4 or more, like tacos, bean burritos, locos, and more. Loads of flavor, no hammer pants required. The classic value menu only at Taco Mayo, Oklahoma owned and operated. Eat local.
Thunder Basketball is sponsored by Devon Energy. Commitment runs deep. And MidFirst Bank, the official bank of the Oklahoma City Thunder. Time to break down the game. This is the Oklahoma City Thunder postgame show, sponsored by Riverwind Casino. Now here's the voice of the Thunder, Matt Pinto, on the Oklahoma City Thunder Radio Network.
Thunder improved to 11-1 the opening game of back-to-backs. The Magic had won 8 of 10 on the second night of back-to-backs before tonight, but they incurred their third loss in that regard. Interesting number. Doing prep for this game, the Thunder, when they out-rebound their opposition since January 1st, are 10-1. Tonight they did the deed there, 53-41 over the Magic, and they hold an opponent under 40% shooting for the 9th time this season, continuing to flex league best defensive muscle as they limit the Magic to 108 points for a team that averages 116, and in a stretch where they won 7 of 8, they've been scoring well over 120. Thunder with an outstanding job on the defensive end. Orlando had 6 in double figures in this game, led by Banchero with a 32-point, 10-rebound double-double. The story there was once Alex Caruso began guarding him late in the third quarter, after a big burst to begin the third, nothing really got accomplished by Banchero individually. Wound up with 4 fourth-quarter points once this game was decided, but Caruso, tremendous defense. De Silva had 13 for the Magic. Wendell Carter, 11 points, 16 from Desmond Bane, including 4 3-pointers, and Jalen Suggs had 14 points, knocking down 4 threes as well. Off the bench, Jabari Carter had 11 for the Magic, who knocked down just 39% of their shots in this game at home, 37 of 93, getting up 3 more than the Thunder. That included 8 more threes than the Thunder made, 17 of 50 from distance, 34% for the Magic, 17 of 20 from the foul line. They attempted 7 fewer than Oklahoma City, converting 7 fewer. That's big on the road against a team that leads the league in free throws attempt, Orlando. 85% efficiency at the line for the Magic. They had 41 rebounds tonight, 10 of which came offensively, 21 assists for the home club. They had 8 steals, 2 block shots, turned the ball over 12 times, as did the Thunder, but OKC wound up with 15 points off of those takeaways to 9 for Orlando. Thunder led by Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, 129 straight games now for Shai, building on his own NBA record at 20 or more points with 40. His 7th 40-plus point game this season with an even 40. Had only a dozen at halftime. Was 4 of 12 shooting before half. Made 10 field goals in the second half alone, scoring 28 in the second 2 quarters, including a season-high 19 in the third for 40 points overall with 4 steals. Had 5 rebounds and 2 assists. 14 of 27 shooting, 3 of 5 on threes, 9 of 11 from the foul line. Shea logged 36 minutes, helping the Thunder to their 54th win. 16 from A.J. Mitchell, including 5 big ones to begin the fourth quarter. 5 of 12 shooting, 1 of 3 from 3, 5 of 5 from the line. He grabbed 2 rebounds, had 3 assists. Was in 29 minutes -9 tonight. Isaiah Hartenstein, a third straight game in which he goes scoreless, but he doled out 8 assists with 7 rebounds and a block in this game. He was +2 in 17 game minutes. Chet Holmgren gathers his 22nd double-double, his 21st 20-plus point game with 20. Had a dozen rebounds, which led all rebounders in the game. He had 1 assist with 1 block, 8 of 14 shooting, 4 of 5 from the foul line. Lou Dort in 19 minutes scored 5, had 2 rebounds overall, 1 of 5 from 3, 2 of 2 from the foul line. Off the bench, the Thunder were led in scoring by Cason Wallace with 9. He was 3 of 6 from the field, 1 of 2 from 3, 2 of 2 at the line. Had 2 rebounds with 1 assist, a steal and a block shot, plus 8 on the night. 8 generated by Jay Will, all in the second half. He grabbed 6 rebounds with 2 assists. He was +11 tonight, 2 of 7 shooting, 2 of 6 on threes, made both of his free throws. OKC getting 8 points from Jared McCain on 3 of 6 shooting, 6 points rather from McCain, 3 of 6 shooting, all of 1 on 3-pointers. Had 2 rebounds. He was +9 in the raw plus-minus. Isaiah Joe, 2 of 5 from the field. His 1-3 came at a critical juncture of the fourth quarter. He made 1 of 3 from distance, had 4 rebounds, was +2 tonight. Also, in 24 minutes of playing time, Alex Caruso, without question, the unsung hero for the Thunder in this road victory. 1 of 3 shooting for 2 points, grabbed 8 rebounds, 2 of which came offensively, had 1 assist. He's credited with 2 steals. I think when they reviewed the video of this game, he'll have more than 2 steals. He was just nails against Paolo Banchero in a matchup that features him giving up plenty of size, strength, and height. It didn't matter. He got under Banchero. Banchero went neutralized for an extended stretch of time in the second half, helping the Thunder come back to win this game by 5 as they improved to 54-15 on the season, making 44% of their shots, 40 of 90, 9 of 29 threes, 31%, 24 of 27 at the line, 89%. Won the rebounding battle by a dozen, retrieving 53. 11 of those came offensively. 19 Thunder assists in this game, led by Hartenstein's 8 swipes. They had 3 block shots, turned the ball over 12 times for only 9 Magic points. OKC big in the paint, 54-32 over the Magic. Orlando with 21 second chance points to a dozen for Oklahoma City. Both teams neutralized in their running game, had 5 fast break points apiece. 5 lead changes, 7 ties in this game. OKC by as many as 18. Orlando led by as many as 7. And that happened in the latter stages of the third quarter. Oklahoma City rallied from that deficit to win it 113-108. Now the next stop will be tomorrow night at Brooklyn at the Barclays Center. Thunder will take on a Nets team that's in a deep rebuild. 17-51 their record. They're 9-24 at home. They've dropped their last 4 games total. They sit 13th of 15 teams in the Eastern Conference. Thunder beat them wire to wire, 105-86 in the earlier meeting on the 20th of February in Oklahoma City. That an opponent's season low for the Nets. They went a stretch of 11 minutes in that game without a made field goal. So for the Thunder, they'll look to build on a 4-7 second night of back-to-back record tomorrow night with a 6:30 start time, meaning our pregame time at 5 o'clock. We'll get things going with the flagship station, 98.1 FM, WWLS Sports Channel in Oklahoma City. Network join time of 6 for the Thunder and the Nets tomorrow night. 2nd of 5 on this road swing for the Thunder. They'll get a couple of days off after that matchup with Brooklyn tomorrow night on the second night of a back-to-back, playing their 3rd game of this swing on Saturday in Washington. Then Philadelphia, the stop on Monday of next week. They'll wrap up the extended 5-game swing east against the Boston Celtics a week from tomorrow night, Wednesday, in Beantown. They win tonight to get the road trip off on the right foot, clinch a playoff spot in the process. Their 13th playoff opportunity earned in the 18th season they've been in the NBA. That's number 2 in the stretch from 09-10 till now. So congratulations for the Thunder in that regard. They will officially have an opportunity to step into the postseason and give themselves a chance to potentially get another NBA championship, as they're the lead dog in the NBA by 3 in the loss column over the San Antonio Spurs, and they're 4 up on the best team in the Eastern Conference, the Detroit Pistons, after this win by 5 in Orlando. 54-15 their record. I want to thank our on-site engineer tonight, Frank Lover, also our statistician, Andreas Rivera. Our producer is Josh Lee, assisted by Preston Poole. Thanks for their efforts always. This is Matt Pinto bidding you a good night from the Orlando, Florida Kia Center, where the Thunder win over the Magic. Their 6th consecutive win against this opponent. There are now 9 wins in succession. They'll bid for a double-digit win streak for the second time this season. They won 16 straight back early in the campaign. Go for number 10 in a row at Brooklyn tomorrow night at 6:30. Until then, this is Matt Pinto bidding you a good night. Our post-game show gets going with Gideon and Matt next. Stay tuned for that. This is Thunder Basketball.
Good times are calling your name at the Showplace Theater with acts like Randy Rogers Band, April 17th. Aaron Lewis and the Stateliners, April 24th. Don Felder, April 25th. And Earth, Wind & Fire, May 9th. Riverwind is OKC's favorite casino experience.
Before you begin your road trip, ask yourself, do you really need 5 full suitcases? With the 2026 Kia Sportage X Pro's class-leading cargo space, you'll have room for what you need. Find out more at your local Kia dealer today. Keep the adventure going. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-3334-KIA for details. Always drive safely and obey all traffic laws. Comparisons based on second row legroom and cargo space behind second row seats in the subcompact SUV class according to Kia segmentation as of October 2025.
Class, today we're talking March Madness. Open your textbooks. Join thousands of other screaming fans for an in-person experience you have to see to believe. March Madness, March 19th and 21st in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Attendance is encouraged. Passion is mandatory. Buy your seats today at ncaa.com/MBB tickets.
I got my tickets, Professor.
See you at the big dance.
With just seconds on the clock, I'm chomping at the bit here, Frank.
I'm telling you, this is a moment in basketball history to really relish in.
Back at the offensive end, Ken Chupp musters up all his strength and squeezes down into the paint.
He breaks through the screen, posts up with buns out, catches the ball,
and he's called for the double drizzle.
Dude, just get your hot dog and let's get back to our seats. Eat Squab, the official hot dog of the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Welcome back to the Oklahoma City Thunder post-game show. Gideon Hamilton along with Matt Ravis. Another win for the Thunder tonight. 113-108 was not that close, although the Magic did put together a second-half run. Oklahoma City able to make plays when it counted. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander with 40 tonight as he really got it cooking in the second half. And, Matt, this one, it may be easy to predict that the Magic would falter down the stretch based on their schedule, but you do have to give them credit for at least putting up a good fight there for a while. Made the game close.
No, I think they got challenged probably after last night, a game in which they criticized themselves for not bringing in the fight and the hustle and the physicality. Now, that's also 2 times in as many nights that they have been tortured by somebody of the Alexander family. Last night, Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Tonight, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. But no, they it feels like they shot better than 17 of 50 from 3. But this was such a swinging game. You got some wild plus minuses here. But you do give them some credit because it's their second night of a back-to-back and their 5th game in 7 days.
And so that's 2 in a row down for the Magic. Oklahoma City adds to their lengthy winning streak here. And we mentioned Shai, but not alone. Some really nice performances around him. Chet Holmgren with 20 points, 12 rebounds, and had a really important sequence for Oklahoma City to kind of get them jump-started again when they were having some issues. And pretty much everybody off the bench contributed in a positive way for the Thunder also.
Yeah, I thought there were some big sequences down the stretch in this game, too. Like AJ comes in and has a few tough makes in the 4th. Isaiah Joe hit a logo 3 at a point in time when they needed that. I think that was late in the shot clock. Alex Caruso, who guarded Paolo Banchero for most of the second half, and Banchero only gets up 3 shots in the 4th quarter. He has a big punch steal, and Jay will find him running out on an outlet for a layup there. And of course, Shai was big. So it took a lot of contributions. I do think Shai, after kind of a rough second quarter, just blistered in the third quarter. It was a big reason why the Thunder were able to hold serve. And then, as you mentioned, the role players came in and made a difference too.
So the Thunder now continue this 5-game road trip, and things really, really ease up from here. Tomorrow they're taking on one of those teams that is actively trying to lose. Brooklyn is coming off a blowout loss against Portland just last night. They've lost 14 of their last 16, and this is a far different Brooklyn team than even we saw a little over a month ago when they played against the Thunder. They're not even playing those guys, and they were already in tank mode then. So these are a bunch of guys that you probably haven't heard of, might have seen play in college a time or two, that are just trying to get some time in the NBA and impress some folks. So that's going to be what we're going to see tomorrow night in Brooklyn.
Bam Adebayo had 83 against the Wizards. I think he could have had 183 against this Brooklyn team. That's how bad their defense is. And I'm barely exaggerating. I know you think that I am. They're awful. And so you know probably what I'm going to say here. And this team says it to us all the time, like that 0-0 mentality, which admittedly slips at times, like a standard game, because this is the type of season where you want to be preparing for the playoffs. You can't control who you play, but you can control the way that you play.
However, and this might be a conversation for the recap, this is probably a game where you can get away with resting some players or preserving some players, so to speak.
I imagine that they will be pretty cautious with the guys like Isaiah Hartenstein. You don't need to be playing him back-to-backs. Of course, he only played 16 minutes tonight. Shea has been sitting out some of these back-to-backs, so we'll see there. So, yeah, I'll be interested to see what the injury report will look like. But as far as the guys who are in there, you want to see them live up to that standard.
All right, coming up next, busy night around the NBA. Matt Ravis is going to get us caught up to speed. You're listening to Thunder Basketball.
If you've been injured in a car accident and need the concierge medical care you deserve, then you need Impact MD Accident Care. We'll get you back to the life you had before the accident with no out-of-pocket expense to you. And with 6 locations across OKC and statewide, there's bound to be an Impact MD near you. Call us anytime 24/7 at 405-483-3075 or visit ImpactMD.com. Impact MD is a proud partner of the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Empire Slice House, serving up New York-style pizza by the slice or whole pie since 2013. Whether it's a slice of pepperoni you're craving or a signature pie like Foghorn Leghorn, we've got you covered. Empire Slice House offers full-service dining as well as counter-service options in Oklahoma City, Edmond, Stillwater, and Tulsa. Visit EmpireSlicePizza.com to see our locations. Stop by Section 114 and grab a slice while you're here at the Paycom Center.
It's time to find out what's going on around the league. Here's Matt Ravis on the Oklahoma City Thunder Radio Network.
Welcome back. The Thunder win tonight and are the first team in the NBA to clinch a playoff spot, 54-15 on the season, 113-108 win over the Orlando Magic. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander had 40 big points and 4 steals in this game. Paolo Banchero had 32 and 10. Let's take a look at some games in action right now. No Ant-Man in this game. At one point in time, Naz Reid went out, available to come back for Minnesota. They lead the Phoenix Suns 89-86, 25 seconds left in the third. That's a big game for Western Conference seeding. Right now, the Bucks, who got the news that Giannis Antetokounmpo will miss some time, are leading 87-85 at the end of the third quarter over the Cleveland Cavaliers. Rest of these games are finals that we will tell you about here. The Thunder have the Wizards coming up on the schedule soon on Saturday. That's a 4 p.m. tip, and the Wizards dropped one to the Pistons tonight, 130-117. Cade Cunningham went out in that game after having a fall and was deemed out with back spasms. Jalen Duren had 36-12 in that game. The Knicks blow out the Pacers, 136-110 in Madison Square Garden. Josh Hart had 33 points in that game. Hornets beat the Magic 136-106. They're now one game over 500. Yet to tip off 76ers and the Nuggets. That is at 9 p.m. Big game for the Nuggets, and they're standing in the Western Conference, and we'll be paying attention to what the Spurs do at the Kings. That is also a 9 p.m. tip-off. Matt and Gideon here on the Thunder Postgame Show. We'd love to hear from you. What you think about this game tonight? A lot to talk about. 405-900. WWLS 405-900-9957. We'll feature your calls and text coming up next. This is Thunder Basketball.
Some things from the 90s we'd rather forget, like dial-up internet or frosted tips. But some things never go out of style, like Taco Mayo's classic value menu. Choose from 10 of your favorite value items for just $1.89 each when you get 4 or more, like tacos, bean burritos, locos, and more. Loads of flavor, no hammer pants required. The classic value menu only at Taco Mile. Oklahoma owned and operated. Eat local.
Luck is on your side this spring at your favorite casino.
So find your pot of gold at Riverwind. Cheer on the Thunder from your favorite seat in the house. And enjoy the best food, drinks, and service in the Metro. Win some serious cash with your wild card.
As our $250,000 Love's Truck Club giveaway continues in March.
You know it's gotta be Riverwind.
We are OU Health, the overcomers of I'm out of options. The only answer to what do I do now? When others say too late, OU Health says, let's go. We've got this. You're in the right place. We are Oklahoma's healthcare powerhouse. Thousands working together as one to change every outcome. Because some talk, but we teach. Some treat, we search for cures. Some prescribe, we transform. This is a promise to all 77 counties that you have someone on your side, working, fighting, wrestling, so that you have a tomorrow. Someone who will never quit, never back down. OU Health, never done, never outdone.
Attention Thunder fans. Satisfy your barbecue cravings at Section 110 in the Paycom Center with Big O's pork and dreams during the game. Indulge in hickory smoked fall-off-the-bone turkey legs, savory chopped brisket, or pulled pork sandwiches, and loaded baked potatoes. Can't get enough? Visit Big O's in Edmond or Midwest City, Tuesday through Saturday, for all your barbecue catering and food truck needs. Experience barbecue dreams at Big O's and enjoy Thunder basketball like never before.
Power. It's more than what lights your home. It's what you do with it. And you do wonders. That's why OG&E works to make the way we bring you power even more reliable. The way you live is rapidly changing. So we're making your power even smarter. And as your energy needs change, we're working to keep your rates as low as possible. Because for power to work for everyone, we've got to make your power go further. At OG&E, we energize life.
At Oklahoma Christian University, your story doesn't stop at graduation. There's more ahead, like a master's in engineering or computer science. We keep it doable with flexible schedules, affordable tuition, and a Christ-centered community that's with you every step. Our programs are built for real-world results, giving you the skills you need to tackle tough problems, design smart solutions, and stand out in fast-moving fields. And with convenient class formats, you can finish in just 2 years. OC is where you can do more. Apply now at oc.edu/more.
At Brahms, we offer more than just burgers, shakes, and fries. We have an entire fresh market for your everyday grocery needs, from farm fresh milk to meats, freshly baked breads, and produce. We also carry a wide variety of our premium ice cream, frozen yogurt, and sherbet. And with Brahms delivery trucks running 7 days a week, our items are always fresh. Stop by your neighborhood Brahms Fresh Market for an incredibly fast, incredibly convenient grocery shopping experience, so you can spend more time on things that matter most.
This copyrighted broadcast of the National Basketball Association may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed or used in any form without the express written consent of the NBA.
KWPN, more WWLS, The Village, Oklahoma City, proudly serving the great state of Oklahoma. A Cumulus media station. This is the Thunder Recap on WWLS, The Sports Animal, sponsored by Lively Beer Works Tap Room. Now here's Gideon Hamilton and Matt Ravis on 98.1 FM. WWLS, The Sports Animal.
It is the Lively Beer Works Thunder Recap. Gideon Hamilton, Matt Ravis here inside our Sports Animal studios. Matt, can you hear me now?
Absolutely, I can.
Loud and
If
clear.
you can hear me, then we're good to go. We don't have to use the tin can and string.
Now, just
Get this done.
don't touch anything for the rest of the show.
You're acting like I'm going to spill my cup of water all over the place. I'm not going to do that.
Surely that would not happen in such a fashion. All right.
I got a lid on mine, so I'll be good.
We're keeping an eye on the World Baseball Classic. This game is in the top of the 7th inning. Venezuela leading the United States 2-0. So that's going to come down to the last few at bats. You would imagine more exciting action in this tournament. So that'll be fun to keep an eye on. Also, there's a couple of games that are of interest. That Minnesota-Phoenix game is really important for seeding. That would be huge if the Wolves were able to win that game without Anthony Edwards and put 3 games of space between themselves and the Suns. So we'll let you know what's going on there, and then a couple of late games tonight. As far as the Thunder are concerned, they get a win tonight, 113-108. Magic hit a couple of threes in the last few seconds, so Oklahoma City was in control of this one, although the Magic did put together a second half run to at least make it interesting for a while. 40 points for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, 32 for Paolo Banchero in tonight's game was not enough, though, and the benches made a big difference in this one tonight. Let's go ahead and hit the phones. Chuck is up first. Chuck, you're on the Thunder recap. Go ahead.
Thank you, Gideon. Thank you, Matt. I think I've run out of adjectives and got it. For once, it's an early game. Okay, I'm going to get in trouble for this, but I'm never out of trouble. Tomorrow, we will find out what the Brooklyn is, their net worth. But as for the Thunder, if SGA hits beyond the arc, we just say a 3 grows in Brooklyn.
Oh, nice.
We'll talk to you after that name, and appreciate it. Thanks.
Okay, that was extremely well done. And
was that a Betty Smith callback from like
literary.
the 40s?
Yeah, absolutely.
And the subsequent film that I want to say Jennifer Jones was in. So good job there by Chuck. Kind of, that was like missing a dunk on the net worth and then getting your own rebound, put back and one. That's kind of what that was like.
I think he did that on purpose, too. I think he was trying to kind of rope a dope us with that.
Yeah, it was a very Moses Malone-ish, Chuck. One of your favorite players, I know. All right, what about Alex Caruso trying to block a shot with his shoe?
Nothing wrong with padding the stats. That was one of the funniest things I've ever seen. That was the funniest thing I've heard this season, or I say heard, I saw that, but I'm lumping it in with DeAndre Ayton's crunk juice that the Lakers training staff has to put on his water bottle. Those are the 2 funniest things to happen this year. But he got a technical foul for his efforts there, and they gave them the basket. So in a game that was kind of close, that could have been costly. That was great.
And we joked about it at the time. Thunder were up by quite a bit there, and I said,
"They were up 8 at that point."
What if this starts a run? And Magic did go on a little bit of a run. Had nothing to do with that play, of course, but that's only happened a handful of times in the history of the league where somebody has blown a tire and then tried to affect gameplay with said shoe.
I looked at the rules. There's nothing in the rules as far as goaltending with a shoe. They didn't foresee that situation, and I could see why.
Dr. Naismith did. He definitely did not foresee that.
There are a lot of things he didn't foresee.
Cable television being one of many that Dr. Naismith did not see coming.
Those rectangular glasses that everybody's looking into.
Yeah. All right.
Why are they so bright?
Phone lines open for you, 405-900-9957, 405-900-WWLS. You can also text us on our Johnny's text line. Right now, let's find out who the hardest working player of the game was.
The hardest working player of the game. Sponsored by Oklahoma Farm Bureau Insurance. From livestock to equipment, they have you covered. Visit okfbinsurance.com to find an agent near you.
Who was your pick for this award?
It's not just because of the shoe. It actually has very little to do with the shoe at all, even though I found that very humorous. But one of the key adjustments in this game was Alex Caruso guarding Banchero in the second half. And in the fourth quarter, Banchero only got up 3 shots. So, giving up some size there. Of course, we know that Caruso can defend some bigger players, and this key sequence with the steal, punch out, J-Will outlet layup. In his +/-2, I believe, led the game. He was a game high +19, tied for game high honors. That is.
Yep, with Wendell Carter Jr., who
he worked hard too,
significantly more than Alex Caruso did. All right, let's head back to the phones. Avery is up next. You're on the Thunder recap. Avery, go ahead.
Hey guys, just calling to talk about Lou Dort and him getting benched the last 2 games. What do you guys think about that? Do you guys think that'll happen in the playoffs? Maybe. Do you think Mark will ever bench him to start a series, like not after halftime? Because he only played 6 minutes start the third quarter of the last 2 games, and he hasn't came back in the game. So yeah, if you guys will just talk about that, and then maybe your preferred closing lineup in a playoff game. Thanks.
All right,
thanks, Avery.
Closing lineup's tough. It depends on if you're up, if you're down, and who you're aligned with. And people always want to say, well, you want to set the tone with your lineup. You want to make them adjust to you. Oklahoma City typically doesn't do that a lot. They will play based off of what other teams throw at them unless they lose a game in a series. So it depends on if you're down 6, you're up 6, and who else is out there for OKC. So that one's always a tough one for me to answer. But I think the lineup that you go where, hey, this player is not going to hurt us is Shea Hartenstein, Jalen Williams. I guess Chet has to be out there. And then the other guy for me is Caruso or Wallace. And I know if you're down 6, AJ Mitchell might be in a lineup, although I think that's kind of stretching it defensively. But I mean, let me know your thoughts on that.
I think you nailed it. I'm not going to give any other thoughts because I think you nailed it. As far as the Dort thing, I told you at one point, if they want to win this game, Dort will play 5 minutes in the second half. And he played 4:41. So nailed it. Not to toot my own horn there, but that is exactly what happened. And yeah, it's been rough for Lou. In the playoffs last year, we did see him not part of the closing lineup at times.
I don't know if we're ever going to see a day where he doesn't start because, as Bobby Thompson's immortal line, if you're going to play Dort, you're starting him. You're not bringing him off the bench for energy because Lou Dort is out there to guard the other team's best player, period. That's what he's on this team for. It's not for anything else other than that. And so there's no reason to ever bring him off the bench. So if he gets benched, he's just not going to be in unless they're not having success with somebody else defending somebody. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you at least can give him a chance, and then you can adjust based on that. There are some games where he's going to play extremely well. It has not happened lately. He's in a major shooting funk. I thought his defense tonight as well, like there were times where he was just getting blown by. That's taken a hit, at least to my eye. I don't know if the numbers support that. So it's been rough for Lou lately, no doubt.
Which is weird because Bain is just tailor-made for him to defend. He's a guy that can't move that well. It wants to settle typically for longer shots. So, yeah. No, we saw some games in the postseason a year ago where he's in the low 20s, a couple of games in the teens, like that Denver series. The last 4 games were 19, 28, 21, and 17. I know the last game was just a mega blowout, so that factors into it. But he wasn't playing a lot toward the end of that series when they really needed to win those games.
Absolutely.
All right. Phone lines open for you, 405-900-9957, 405-900, WWLS. Justin is up next. Justin, thanks for the call. Go ahead.
Hey, guys. Thanks for taking my call.
Yes.
Good to talk to you. So, obviously, every post-game show we can probably always talk about Shea. But, the one thing that impresses me is, it's not just the streak of his consecutive 129 now. It's the night, he puts his team on his back and he shows that, hey, the championship this year is going to go through him. He's obviously the best player in the world. And, we can say all we want. There's so much can be said about him. We can't say enough about him because he's just unbelievable. He's the most unbelievable basketball player I've ever seen play in my life. And I've watched basketball since 1995. Mm-hmm. Michael Jordan. Probably not as athletic as LeBron or Kobe or Michael Jordan. Or, there's been plenty of athletic. Hell, look at Vince Carter. The way he used to dunk the basketball, man. But just I was thinking about this today, man. There's nothing going to stop him. He can probably score 20 points a game, probably for the rest of his career until it's just amazing it's amazing what we're watching right now. I know you guys see it on
for sure.
But it's almost without words can be said, man. But he gets banged around a lot, and I think what's most underrated about him is his tenacity, his grit, and his toughness. He's a tough player. He takes shots. He's going to get everybody's best shot every night because he is the MVP. So, but anyway, that's all I wanted to say tonight. glad to talk to you guys.
Hey, thanks, Justin. Appreciate it. 19 in the third quarter was a season high in a quarter for Shea, and I thought in the second he started to force some stuff after he got off to a really, really good start, but I thought kept them in that game in the third.
Absolutely. All right, Thunder win it tonight, 113-108. We'll come back. We'll take more of your calls, and we'll get to your text messages, too. 405-900-9957. You're listening to the Lively Beerworks Thunder Recap.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-9491. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-9491. That's 800-575-9491. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Discover the path to recovery at Rob's Ranch, where hope, grace, and spiritual growth are at the heart of their Christ-centered mission. Guided by a dedicated team with firsthand recovery experience, they offer transformative 30, 60, or 90-day programs across Oklahoma. Their commitment extends beyond treatment with their complimentary continuing care for alumni and an outpatient option in Edmond. Expect a miracle on your journey to restoration. Visit www.robsranch.org today and seize the opportunity for a brighter future.
Do you hear that? Asthma triggers are everywhere, from dust mites, pet dander, and pollen, to smog and smoke. An asthma attack can strike anywhere, anytime. Be prepared with quick-acting Primatene Mist. Clinically proven to open airways quickly. It's the #1 FDA-approved asthma inhaler available over the counter. Primatene Mist. Breathe easy again. Use as directed.
Sponsored by Armstrong Pharmaceuticals.
Progressive knows you want to get away, but not like too away. You crave the unknown, but also charcuterie boards with 4 types of cheese. And that's exactly why you bought an RV and bundled it with Progressive, because 24/7 protection is one luxury you'll never have to give up. So go ahead, explore the wilderness, all from the comfort of your zero-gravity camp chair. Switch to Progressive and protect your RV, boat, or motorcycle by bundling with your home or auto insurance. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and third-party insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
The difference maker in tonight's game, sponsored by Air Comfort Solutions. Visit aircomfortsolutions.net on WWLS, the sports animal.
And we're back here on the Lively Beerworks Thunder Recap, 98.1 FM, WWLS, the sports animal. Gideon Hamilton and Matt Ravis, difference maker tonight. Shea Gildas-Alexander with 40 points in 36 minutes. Thunder, curiously, a -4 when Shea was out there in those 36 minutes. Alex Caruso, +19 in 24, as you talked about earlier. Jay Will, a +11 in 21 minutes. So really, the bench was that time for Orlando when any of those guys were out there, Mo Wagner, Jet Howard, that time was kind of catastrophic for them. And that has just as much, I know it doesn't, we're not reacting to it the way we do when Shea hits a clutch mid-range shot or a 3-point shot or something like that, but they're all, those minutes and sequences are all worth the same, and those were very, very hurtful.
So it was a -2. Shea was in the fourth quarter. That was negligible. I mean, that's one of those things that could go either way. But it was a -11 in the second quarter. Was positive otherwise. So that's where the minus comes from almost entirely. And I think Shea had his part in that. I think he was also stuck with a tough offensive lineup. And Mark's had to try to find some balance between the defensive and offensive lineups this year. The AJ, Joe, McCain, Chet Hartenstein lineup killed the Magic at the beginning of the second quarter. They built up this 18-point lead, and then it was immediately undone by the next lineup that came in.
And for Orlando, Anthony Black has been really one of their more important players. You want to talk about improved players this season. He is not going to win that award, but I think he's probably top 10 in voting for that, the way that he's performed this season. And every once in a while, he'll still throw in a 3 of 16, just like everybody else on this team is capable of. But especially in Franz Wagner's absence, which is seemingly eternal, he has been one of those guys who has really stepped up. So if Anthony and Franz can get back on the team, that really does help with their depth to where they don't have to play those other guys that we talked about in a postseason series.
Yeah, and as far as I understand, there's not really a definite timeline for his return. He's 6th overall pick. He was a guy who, I know that was controversial. Some people didn't love that, but he was drafted that highly because he is very talented, and I've loved what I've seen from him this year. I mean, he's playing 30-plus minutes a game for them when he's healthy.
What do you think, a prisoner of the moment question here, what do you think about Darius Acuff and the way that he's performed over the course of the season? A lot of people think that he should be one of the top selections in the NBA draft this year.
Oh, I'm huge on Acuff. I see a little, in these comparisons, I think people think you're saying he will be this good. I just see Jalen Brunson in his game. I see a little Dame Lillard in his game. Defense will be kind of the swing for him, but he's about to play a Hawaii team that they'll be the only team in the tournament that doesn't switch. Everybody switches. They don't switch at all. I think he's going to torch them. And so I'm a big Acuff fan, but where does he go in this draft? I mean, it's so stacked that it might not be a bad thing for him. He's not going to go to maybe just some awful team. He might go to a team that is actually decent and has a good defensive construct around him. And I think that that would be important to him.
How about the Pacers?
Pacers would be, seems to me like that'd be a pretty good fit for him.
All right. Let's head to the phones, and Jason is up next. Jason, you're on the Thunder Recap. Go ahead.
Good evening, fellas.
Good evening. How are you doing?
Doing great, man. Love listening to the show. Love keeping up with the Thunder. And, SGA for MVP without a doubt. He had the injury, was out for a little while. He's just great. And, all the other guys we talk about that are good, but nobody's ever leveled up to any of MJ's stats. And now I believe SGA's on his third one where it's just him and MJ. And if that isn't saying something about just how good he really is, I don't know what would. So that's just my little 2 cents. And, I like to see what you guys think about the whole Hartenstein moving on, and how you think our big that's been playing and doing pretty good in the few minutes he's getting, if we really have to go looking, or if you think we can make it with him.
All right. Thanks for the call.
So he's asking about Hartenstein moving forward with this team, and if
Hartenstein does not re-sign with the Thunder, what does that look like?
So I think next year, if Hartenstein doesn't come back, you roll with Jay Will and I guess Thomas Sorber is what that would look like, unless they're potentially going to have a couple of lottery picks, so there's something that you could do there. Really wish Sorber could have been healthy this year, so at least you can get a read on what he does. But he's a big, stocky guy like Hartenstein is. He's also got a really, really long wingspan. But there's a lot of things that Hartenstein does that Sorber's not going to be able to do day one. There's a lot of craft to his game. So if they do decide to get rid of Hartenstein, or they're forced to, there's going to be some things that you miss about his game for certain.
All right, let's head back to the phones. Alex is up next. Alex, you're on the Thunder Recap. Go ahead.
How you doing tonight, guys?
Good, Alex. How are you?
I'm doing just fine. As far as this Orlando team goes, I am never picking them to do anything again, because I feel like every year I pick them to do something and they continually disappoint me. Now, it was a little alarming that the Thunder let this one be as close as it was. However, I never really thought Orlando was going to win this game.
No, of course not. Circumstances and just the way that this team is, their offense is not dependable, and they've been able to score a little bit against Dallas and the Wizards twice, and the Bucks that they played during their most recent winning streak. I understand that this is incredibly unlikely, but I mean, they could finish 9th in the East.
They really
and it wouldn't take a lot for them to get there. I know that won't happen, but I mean, they're like one game out of 9th.
They're just not deep enough, guys. I don't think. And I know they've got injuries, but even if you account for those, and those will happen, I don't think you can play Jamal Cain double-digit minutes and expect good things. Javon Carter, Jed Howard, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I completely agree. At this point, I'm almost anticipating they will finish 9th, and it would not shock me if they aren't able to get out of the play-in. What is shocking to me is the Thunder are on a late-season 9-game winning streak, and it's not the longest winning streak in the NBA. Oh, and by the way, the team that is on the longest winning streak is the Atlanta Hawks. That is not something that I had on the bingo card. I don't think anyone probably had that on their bingo card, because that's absolutely insane. I think that they're going to continue pushing, and I think the Hawks are going to end up being in that safe 6 in the East.
Gideon told me about a month ago, actually. He's like, you're not going to believe this. For the Hawks, they're going to rip off their longest winning streak in over a decade. Book it. And I was like, you're crazy, dude. What are you talking about? And he was right.
If I would have said that, it was only because I looked ahead at their schedule and saw Brooklyn twice, the Wizards twice, Portland, Milwaukee, Philly, actually Milwaukee twice. And they've got a few more coming up that they could definitely win. So, watch out for Jalen Johnson in Atlanta.
I didn't check the schedule, but I'm going to say that had to be one of the easiest strengths of schedule, maybe.
Yeah, you're definitely right about that.
Then as far as the Lou Dort conversation, I think Lou Dort is in a very tricky spot right now. And I think if he continues to have various incidents and it's becoming a distraction, I think Dort might be the one that is off this team first.
Well, for me, if he's not shooting well from 3, and I understand it's always going to be an on and off thing. There's going to be a lot of variation. Thanks for the call, Alex. And especially if he's not defending at a high level, it's tough to play him. And so there's got to be some fat trimmed from this roster, with all due respect, and it might be a guy like Lou Dort.
All right, and you can sound off on that on our Johnny's text line, 405-900-9957. Or if you want to sound off on whether there or not there should be a more heated rivalry between the Wizards and the Magic based on the fact that a Wizard conjures up Magic, and what is the more important entity between the two, and if that would ignite both of those fan bases.
Would anything ignite the Wizards fan base right now? In that Magic arena tonight, it was like a wake. Is kind of what it resembled.
It was, until they hit a couple of threes. And then it was like, what is happening here? We hit a couple of threes.
But you're on to something there. I've never really considered the natural rivalry that could be.
And we had this conversation during the game also as kind of a peek behind the curtain.
Behind the Wizard robe?
It was brief, but it was... it was vigorous debate between the two of us. The Magic can exist on its own without the Wizard. That's what you're telling me, and that's why Magic itself is more important than just the Wizard who casts a spell or conjures up the Magic. I'm saying the Wizard, though, is creating it in some way. He's dispersing the Magic, so he's an important part in all this.
I'm just saying, look, hot take here. I think Wizards don't exist without Magic, but Magic could exist without Wizards. I don't know how you could say otherwise.
No, I think that's well put. All right, phone lines open for you, 405-900-9957. What do we have on our Johnny's text line?
Sure to create a firestorm with the Johnny's text line. That debate. Don't even get me started on Warlocks, man, because that's a whole other story. 405-900-WWLS. Jim says, I told my wife the MVP was due for a 40-piece. Covered up our weakness. We cannot have 40% of our starters not contributing to the offense. Calling J-Dub. Robert has some kind of words for us, so we appreciate us. He also wore the Gonzaga pullover tonight, which always spells good things for Chet Holmgren. I thought Chet played pretty well tonight. Benji says, I'm glad I switched to the Thunder from the first 4 in March because we might not have won if I didn't. So, like people taking credit for this or impacting these games
Speaking of wizardry.
Ways. Absolutely. You guys do have power in what happens. There's no doubt in my mind. Terry texting us says, here I thought once we were up 18, the game was over. Pretty sure the Magic went on a 15-5 run after the Carew shoe incident. Crunch time wins got my blood pressure up. That's pretty funny, Terry.
Carew shoe.
Carew shoe. doesn't roll off the tongue, but that does make a lot of sense to me. I think there was another text.
By the way, I want to say something about that. This is not me dumping cold water, but as soon as I saw that, I thought he was going to get in a lot of trouble. Like I didn't think he was going to get tossed necessarily, but they don't want you doing that for safety reasons. You know what I mean?
I was watching it. I was like, what are you doing? Because Caruso was an intelligent player. And I saw him start to formulate the idea. He starts playing defense with a shoe in his hand. I'm like, just toss that thing off the floor. I saw the gears turning in his head. I'm like, don't do that. It's not going to be good for you. I didn't realize that would result in a goaltending call as well, though.
Right.
And you explained it to me why.
Yeah, it would be the same thing. Like if somebody was over in the corner taking a three and somebody was waving a towel and hit him or something like that. It's just interfering with somebody's ability to to convert a play with a foreign object that should not be a part of.
You can't have that happen.
The run of play. Yeah. So anyway, so that's not me saying, hey, nobody have fun. But initially, what I thought is like, oh, I hope he doesn't get teed up and all this other stuff.
What I'm telling you though is that singular moment brought me more joy than maybe any moment, because it's one of the funniest things that I have ever seen.
Taj Gibson tried to do that one time, and I know somebody back in the 80s did that too, where they threw the shoe straight up in the air. They might have thrown the shoe like 5, 6, 7 feet up in the air to block a shot that was on the way. So it very rarely happens though in the NBA.
Aaron Silas Salsa Company, who partners up quite frequently with Jim's Ultimate Fair, says Magic does exist without Wizards. Wizards are just a vessel. So I'm glad that glad you're on my side of that. Out of the 405, do you guys think that SGA's 20-point streak will end in an off night when he's trying to play well, or a night where he voluntarily checks himself out before reaching the 20-point mark?
That will never, ever, 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 ever happen. Now, I think he's going to have to get hurt for it not to happen. And I say that because he was trying so hard after he already broke the record the other day toward the end of that game. So now he's mega obsessed with it no matter what, because there's no reason for him to really push forward other than his own desire for it. And so I think he's going to have to get hurt for him to not get it.
They did need those baskets the other night, though. They did. Out of the 405, they also said, or because of injury, knock on wood, or ejection. I don't think Shea will get ejected from a basketball game.
Unless he loses a shoe and tries to block a shot with it.
Mikey referencing semi-pro said just missing a crash out from Jackie Moon. So excellent.
Home run for United States. Bryce Harper just hit a 2-run shot to tie that game.
About time.
The inevitable United States victory just around the corner.
They have two hits before that. How can you say inevitable?
Ever since DeRosa said that stupid thing about them clinching, I told you guys right at that moment they could still win the tournament. I think they will, just because that happened, because that was just so stupid.
Yeah, but it's like when the worst person possible does something that you have to like.
That's true.
You might be converted to a Harper fan this year.
No,
he knows him too well. Eric says, Lou Dort's an all-world defender. I love him for that, but please, Lou, stop shooting threes as soon as the team gets a steal with a bunch of time left on the shot clock. Chuck texts in and says, is anything at all pointing to a return date for Dub? For example, is he on this road trip? He's not. Is there a possibility that he's been shut down for the rest of the season? He's not shut down for the rest of the season and for the playoffs as well, Chuck. So no indication. They've always been very cagey with the injury information. And it's even more cagey now than ever. I mean, that's their right, but we can't really give you a feel on that. I feel like he won't be too far away. I think you feel that way too, right? But we don't know for certain.
Yeah.
We can just speculate on it.
The other thing is a lot of these teams that they're playing coming up, and it's a game just like anything else. So whether or not he plays, whether or not he would get re-injured against Brooklyn or Boston or Detroit or, a Utah, whoever it is, you want him out there just so he can, get his wind, return to play conditioning and things like that. But it would surprise me, like if they brought him back against Brooklyn or Washington. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they don't need to do that. David says, to echo Justin's point, who called in earlier, what we're witnessing in Oklahoma, something that happens maybe 2 or 3 or 4 times and a person's given lifetime. Shea fits that category. And I remember starting to take for granted what Kevin Durant did on a nightly basis, making difficult shots look routinely easy. Started to take for granted some of the athletic things that Russell Westbrook could do. And then you realize when you don't have that anymore, you're like, oh man, I really took that for granted. And I feel that way about Shea sometimes. So good points, guys. Pat says, any idea on where those OKC draft picks might land? Just depends on, like, the Philly pick is outpacing the Clippers pick at this point. I believe that is the case. If not, it's very close.
Yeah. So right now, and this won't happen, but if everything went according to standings, Oklahoma City would have 1 lottery pick, and that would be the 14th pick, and that would be Philadelphia's. And then they would have the 15th pick also, and that would be the Clippers. So you went from potentially having, 3 top 10 picks to now you've got 1, the latest lottery pick, and 1 just outside of the lottery. Utah would hold on to their pick if this conveyed, because they've got the 5th worst record.
Because of all of the talent at the top of this draft, players who will typically go higher than they will get pushed down. So I think there's going to be some good players in the mid-teens in this draft too, and maybe even outside of the lottery in this draft.
That being said, the stars in our eyes have kind of faded.
Oh yeah, no, I was imagining Darren Peterson in a Thunder uniform, or AJ DeBanza in a Thunder uniform, and love Cam Boozer and his feel for the game. But now I'm like, Axel Lindenberg, come on down. And I would love it if it's Lindenberg, and he's going to be in that range. I think as an older player. One more text here out of the 405. I fully expect Dort to shoot lights out in big playoff games.
I do too.
Not on this team. Yeah, I agree. He's not on this team for regular season games against the Magic, and people don't appreciate his defense enough. He's probably the best on-ball defender in the league. I'm tired of hearing people trash on him. No, we're not trashing him, I promise. I can appreciate what he does. You just have to critically evaluate what we are seeing. And the question was, can you see him not in the closing lineup games, or can you see him not playing as much later in these games?
Yeah, the question is, do you anticipate? And so we talk about this stuff all the time, not necessarily things that we think are going to come to pass, but what if this happened? And what is the possibility of this happening, and things like that, to get reaction from you, prematurely, so to speak, to kind of get a read on what you might think about it, and also know how we would handle it instead of just being shocked by something occurring. And I wouldn't be shocked by that happening with Lou Dort, because we've already seen it. Now, I am very much like that texture, and this is more Thunder Zone stuff, but I think he'll go 1 of 8 in games that they win by 16, and games where they're really, really struggling. I think he'll hit 4 threes in a row in the third quarter or the fourth quarter or something like that in postseason.
People were killing him last year, and because Mark gave him a chance, he was able to keep them in that Denver series. When it could have gone wrong, they came back in a game because Lou Dort went crazy from the 3-point line and was in there defensively. So he's always going to be polarizing. I think it's always going to be up and down with him. He was a 40% from 3 shooter 2 years in a row. Now he's down towards 30. So definitely a season-long slump. But anyways, good talk on Lou Dort. That's about what we have on the Johnny's text line.
All right, we'll come back. We'll take more of your calls, 405-900-9957. Look at some other action around the NBA as well. You're listening to Lively Beerworks Thunder Recap.
March is Truck Month at Lander Chevrolet of Norman, and you get below GM supplier pricing on all light-duty Silverados in stock. 2026 Crew Cab LT Silverado, $10,000 off MSRP, or take up to $8,500 off select new 2026 Silverado HD High Countries in stock. Always straightforward internet pricing and never special add-ons or addendums when you arrive. LanderChevroletNorman.com. Chevrolet, together let's drive. Silverado light-duty stock number TZ210229. Silverado HD stock number TF145293.
Having insurance isn't the same as having State Farm. It's like needing a lawyer, but getting some guy who just watches courtroom dramas.
How does the defendant plead?
Guilty. Wait, what? Also, objection.
You object to what?
Erroneous.
Counsel, approach the bench.
Hey, can I get a whack at the gavel?
You wouldn't settle for just any lawyer, so don't settle for just any insurance. Get the real deal with State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
I move mountains for a living. Literally. That means I don't carry hand lotion, and when it comes to serious heartburn, I don't mess around with anything but Rolaids. Rolaids' dual-active formula has calcium carbonate and magnesium hydroxide that relieves heartburn fast. Yeah, you heard right. 2 actives for that powerful relief. And the best part? The roll fits right here in my pocket, so I can get back to moving mountains.
Rolaid spells powerful relief. Read each label. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
What do you need to do to be the person you really want to be? Stanley Marcus is the founder of the successful store Neiman Marcus. In his book, Minding the Store, he tells of being invited on a Navy ship. While the captain showed him around, Stanley noted how all the brass on the ship shined brightly. At the end of the tour, Stanley commented on how beautiful all the brass looked and asked, "How often do you have to polish it to keep it looking so great?" The captain replied, "We polish it every day, because we know that as soon as we stop polishing, it starts to grow dull." And so it is with us. It is easy to get into the habit of thinking about what's important to us once a week when we go to worship. But really, every day we need to look at our priorities and our values. What are the qualities we want to exhibit in our lives? We must work on them every day. For as soon as we stop polishing, we start to grow dull. That's something to think about. I'm Bob Long with St. Luke's Methodist Church.
Join Bob Long each Sunday morning at 10:30 on KOCO Channel 5.
There's nothing quite like the feeling of a fresh start. This spring, bring your driveway, deck, and boat back to life with a professional-grade pressure washer from Chapel Supply. They have the high-performance equipment and specialty soaps to make your outdoor spaces sparkle again. And because they know your time is valuable, they provide expert service after the sale to keep your machine in peak condition season after season. For the power to get the job done right, Chapel Supply. Because Chapel supplies you.
Who cashed out big?
Chicken Thunder Money Ball.
Sponsored by Lucky Star Casino, home of the most winners and the biggest payouts. Now on the Oklahoma City Thunder Radio Network.
Back here on the Lively Beer Works Thunder Recap, 98.1 FM, WWLS, the sports animal. Neither team shot well from three-point distance tonight, but there were a few guys that hit some. Desmond Bain and Jalen Suggs made 4 apiece for Orlando. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander hit 3 of them for OKC, 9 of 29 as they continue to shoot poorly from three-point range over the last several games, and it continues to not matter. All right, phone lines open for you, 405-900-9957. We've got a text that you wanted to read from our Johnny's text line.
Yeah, continuing the theme here on your theory on a natural rivalry between the Wizards and the Magic.
Okay.
The 405, natural rivalry, Magic and Rockets, science versus sorcery.
Oh, yeah, that is a great one.
Yeah, love that one a lot. Jim had one more text, too, I'll read here. Overlooked tonight on the road, the final minute, there were OKC chants in the arena. Yeah, I saw plenty of Thunder fans there, so I appreciate the text, everybody.
There was, I don't know who brought this up, if it was you on your show or Jim brought it up. It was during pregame, and I forgot who said it, but they said that they predicted the Thunder would not win an NBA championship if Jalen Williams didn't play.
I've said that, but Jim said it earlier. I've said it. We both said it.
Yeah, I totally 1,000,000% disagree with that. I think that there would have to be probably 2 or 3 players out for me to not pick Oklahoma City. And again, I wouldn't bet my life on it or anything like that. But so, for me to not pick the Thunder, I think you would probably have to have Shea, some combination of Shea, Hartenstein, and someone else.
I think if Shea is out, they're not winning it. Would you agree with that? Just him alone?
I think if they had everybody else, I think they still might win it.
I totally disagree. And J-Dub is an all-NBA, all-defensive guy. I mean, that's a big loss. I know they can sustain this in the regular season, but in a 7-game series, when they can really game plan, I don't know, man.
I think they would. I don't know if anybody else, maybe everybody disagrees with me on that, but I think there'd have to be like 2 or 3 really important players out for the Thunder not to be for me to not pick them anyway. So.
I mean, they're fully healthy and got taken to 7 games twice last year. I think if J-Dub is out of those series, they very easily could have gone the other way.
Yeah, it could be. But anyway, anybody wants to sound off on that, you certainly can as well. Still keep an eye on the World Baseball Classic. So it's the top of the 9th inning, and the game is tied between Venezuela and the United States off of Bryce Harper's heroic 2-run home run. Venezuela does have a runner, though, in scoring position with nobody out. So looks like this game is going to come down to the wire. And what's been great about this, you hear the fan reaction, especially from the games where the international teams are playing, the non-United States teams, and the atmospheres are just electric.
Yeah, this is the most excited that the stadium has been in a long time in Miami.
Oh, looks like we've got a clutch hit. Yeah, Venezuela is going to score here in the top of the 9th on an RBI double. Suarez came through after being 0 for 3 in this game. So a big time hit for him. And he is very excited right now, calling out to the gods, I believe, for about 10 seconds after that hit, as people are going crazy. And speaking of people going crazy, Matt, Minnesota with people had to be going crazy in that building tonight as the Timberwolves get a key win over the Suns without Anthony Edwards. 32 more points for Julius Randle in that game. Nice bounce back game for Jaden McDaniels. Bones Highland gives them a nice lift off the bench. And now there's 3 games between the Suns and the Timberwolves, and that was a critical game for Phoenix to try to win if they wanted to have a shot of trying to chase them down. It's not impossible. There's still some time left, but that was a big game for them, and they blew it.
No, that was huge for Minnesota too. So maybe some tired legs from the Suns playing the night before, and that's a game that went down to the wire against Boston. But yeah, that's a nice win for Minnesota. I didn't think they were going to win that one.
Cleveland defeated Milwaukee, New York over Indiana. Detroit goes to Washington and gets a win. Charlotte, another 30-point win. This one was over Miami. San Antonio's up huge on Sacramento right now, 24 points early in the second quarter. Denver also up big on Philadelphia, 38-22. So that's kind of the night of 1,000 blowouts, looks like.
Yep. Sometimes we have those nights in this league, especially when everybody's putting up as many 3-point shots as they do. I don't think anybody thought that Sacramento would mount much resistance against San Antonio, but yeah, 46-22 to start the second is pretty crazy.
I wanted to talk about this before we look at the game tomorrow night. This is going to be really exciting later on in this week. The Sports Animal is going to have some tremendous coverage of the NCAA tournament, and it's going to be, I think, a very listener-friendly format.
Yeah, so if anybody knows Red Zone in the NFL, it's going to be like that, which especially on the first and the second round of the tournament, where you've got finishes aplenty, everything is happening. That whip around coverage is going to be awesome. So really, really excited to have some tournament action here on the Sports Animal, brought to you by Westwood One.
All right. And now let's talk about the Thunder's next game. This is tomorrow against the Brooklyn Nets. And this is a game where I think Oklahoma City can preserve some of their players that are returning from injury. And some of the other guys can continue to stay sharp that have taken more of a back seat here as the team has gotten healthier. So great opportunity tomorrow against a Brooklyn team that wants to invite anything that Oklahoma City wants to do well.
And a good chance for you to tinker with some lineups, but I think also to try to I mean, this sounds so cliche every time I say it, but to live up to your standard, because it's really, really easy to lay off and to coast, because they know that they can beat this team without their best effort, without many of their best players available. But I do think it's important to try to get your best foot forward heading into the postseason. So these next couple games will be about not playing the scoreboard, not playing the opponent, but playing yourself.
Well, I mean, you're getting down to there's 13 games left or a dozen games left this season. So those opportunities are few and far between. And I know you might disagree with this, but at least I anticipate there being plenty of room between the Thunder and their next closest chaser toward the end. And so
could be.
if you do want to take a couple of games off for guys at the end of the season, then you're running out of games for you to kind of perfect your craft and your lineup and your chemistry with other players on the floor. And so every game is a valuable opportunity in that respect.
It's also really interesting, and this is a secondary concern to winning and seeding and all of that, admittedly, but people do care a lot about the MVP, and there's not a lot of wiggle room for Shea in terms of the 65-game minimum. So if he's not going to play in some of these back-to-backs for the 3 and 4 nights, that's a consideration too. A secondary one, but I'll throw that in there.
All right, final thoughts on tonight's game for Oklahoma City.
What a crazy, swingy game this was. And I thought Shea sustained this team through the third quarter. And you got so many contributions from role players in the fourth. A.J. Mitchell stepping up with some makes. Joe hits a logo three. Caruso, some big defensive plays and some big defense on Paolo Banchero. I thought that helped make the difference in this game. So that was a team win tonight, but Shea with 40 takes home the bacon.
So tomorrow night's game is going to be at 6:30, correct?
6:30 tip.
Okay, in Brooklyn, and that means we'll be on the air at 5 o'clock for the Metal Store Thunder forecast. I want to thank our great team led by Josh Lee and Preston Poole. For Matt Ravis, I'm Gideon Hamilton. You've been listening to the Lively Beerworks Thunder Recap. Thanks so much for the texts and the calls, everybody. Keep those coming in over the next few games. We'd love to talk to you, and these games will give us an opportunity to talk about a wide range of things involving the Thunder and the NBA, so be sure to stay tuned for that. Have a great night, everyone.
Oklahoma City, are you tired of watching the game on a tiny screen while eating mediocre food? Yeah, well, us too. Welcome to Bush League Sports Tavern, where sports meets serious flavor. We're talking wall-to-wall TVs, 2 full-swing golf simulators, cold beer, delicious cocktails, and a kitchen that actually shows up to win. From stacked burgers and crispy chicken wings to scratch sauces, crave-worthy sides, and quality-driven comfort classics. This is not your average sports bar. This is where game day becomes an experience. Bring the crew, bring the family, book a tea time, catch every play. Stay for dessert. Yeah, dessert. Whether it's lunch, happy hour, prime time, or overtime, Bush League is your home field. So stop settling for the bench warmers. Step up to the big leagues. Bush League Sports Tavern in North Park Mall, almost just good enough. This week's sweet deal is Bush League Sports Tavern. Get to thesportsanimal.com at 8:20 a.m. Friday to purchase a $50 gift certificate for just half price. Don't be late. These will sell out fast. Bush League Sports Tavern, now open at North Park Mall. Hey, it's Phil and Zinga for my friends at Zero Res. Spring is on the way, which of course means spring cleaning, which means it's time to get those carpets done. Zero Res offers a smarter, lasting clean. There's no harsh chemicals, no soap residue, faster dry times, and everything stays cleaner longer. Insanely clean carpets. No one can clean like Zero Res because only Zero Res cleans with ZR water. No soap, no residue, no harsh chemicals. That equals soft, fluffy carpets, again, that stay cleaner longer. That's pure safety for your family and your pets. Call Zero Res today or visit their website for current 2- and 3-room carpet specials. You could call now at 405-606-7030, or you can book online at ZeroResOKC.com. Zero Res. Spell it backwards or forwards. It's the right way to clean.
We want to see ya at Kalidi Kia. Svi, more people trust buying from us than anyone else. Do you know why? Yeah, Corey. Because of me and my poofy hair. Svi, that's so selfish. What about me and my weird beard? Oh, yeah. You too. Ugh. What about Bigfoot? Bigfoot can't even talk. It's obviously me. Corey, it takes our whole team, especially me. Hey, and me. Svi, nobody beats Kalidi Kia. Corey, nobody.
We're making friends for life.
March is Truck Month at Lander Chevrolet of Norman, and you get below GM supplier pricing on all light-duty Silverados in stock. 2026 Crew Cab LT Silverado, $10,000 off MSRP, or take up to $8,500 off select new 2026 Silverado HD High Countries in stock. Always straightforward internet pricing and never special add-ons or addendums when you arrive. LanderChevroletNorman.com. Chevrolet, together let's drive. Silverado light-duty stock number TZ210229. Silverado HD stock number TF145293.
With other language learning apps, I was just playing games. I wasn't really learning. Babbel's different.
Babbel was designed by over 200 language learning experts to be the most effective way to learn another language.
Every time I open the app, I can choose to work on my writing, speaking, or listening. And it saves my mistakes for me to review, so I'm constantly improving. Before Babbel, I thought I just wasn't good with languages. But now I'm speaking French. Tout ça, c'est grâce à Babbel.
Save up to 50% on your Babbel subscription when you sign up at Babbel.com. BABBEL.com.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment? That's a lie. Most timeshares can be bought online for $1. To find out what your timeshare is worth and to cancel it, Call us today and we'll send you our timeshare exit kit free with all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley for your free exit info guide. 800-935-2277. 800-935-2277.
Hey, you want a great lock of the week from me? Then you need to go see the guys over at T&W Tire. They got the best customer service from any of the many locations in Oklahoma, Texas, Missouri, Kansas, and Louisiana. And if you're in Oklahoma City and need an oil change or work done on your vehicle, do like me. Go see Luke and the gang. Just tell him you want the WWLS deal. Now, that's what I call a guaranteed lock of the week if I've ever heard of one. T&W Tire offers 24-hour roadside service and a variety of other services to get your vehicle back on the road where it belongs.
The end is happening now. And right now, this season is getting wild. I've been rocking by myself, I'm through. The Celtics dynamic duo is back together.
It's a hell of a start for him and for the Celtics. They've really put the East on notice.
Era-defining stars meet once more. Jump off the porch, me, I flew. And all eyes turn to the playoffs.
You know now if you got a good team and got a chance.
Warriors Celtics at 7 Eastern. Lakers Rockets at 9:30. Wednesday on ESPN. Presented by State Farm.
In the NFL before free agency ever got going, and that's because Max Crosby was on his way to Baltimore until he wasn't. It's Game Night on ESPN Radio, the all-new ESPN app, SiriusXM Channel 80 and Tune In. We're presented by Progressive Insurance alongside John Michaels. I'm Q Myers, and John, obviously I'm very close to this conversation, being here in Las Vegas. Spent the whole offseason wondering if Max, or was he going to be a Raider, or was he not going to be a Raider, what was going to happen. The Friday before free agency actually got going, before the legal tampering period opened up, the Raiders and the Ravens agreed to the deal. Max Crosby was going to Baltimore. The Raiders were getting 2 first-round picks in return. And then the night before the legal tampering period is over and the new league year opens up, we find out that the Baltimore Ravens are out. They decided that they wanted to back out of that trade, and of course they cited a failed physical, and then that's when all the conspiracies came out. What really happened? Did they get cold feet? Is Max Crosby's knee jacked up? What in the world happened? Well, let's hear from the man who was involved himself. Max Crosby spoke on it on his podcast, the Rush Podcast with Max Crosby. Here's what he had to say about how the whole thing shook out.
I was like, where's Eric at? Like, I want to say, you know what I mean? Like, he just made the trade. Like, I didn't see him for 5 hours. So I go and do my thing. At the end, they're like, yeah, I'll take you up. Joe was like, I'll take you up and you go see the head coach, whatever, just before you leave. I was like, hell yeah. I was like, that's what I want to say what's up to him. So I went back up. I dap him up, and they could just tell, like, the energy was a little bit off. And the GM was standing in, like, the hall, like, in the room next to me to the right. And that was the first time I seen him. And, you know, I'm just in my head, like, this is a whirlwind. Like, I'm so excited, like, fired up. You know what I mean? Like, this is a new opportunity, whatever. And you could just tell the energy was off. Like, I dapped him up. He had like a blank face, and I'm like, okay, I'm not thinking anything of it. Maybe he's just different. I don't know him, whatever. I go into the room, they sit me down on the couch, and he's like, man, I don't know how to say this, but you know, one of our doctors has concerns with the results and whatever, and like with your knee, like some of them are concerned about the future and and you know, we really want you and this is what it is, but you know, we're just gonna have to get more and more opinions. The first thought in my head, like, I was terrified, because I'm thinking in my head, like, what the like, Neil Elitrosh, best surgeon in the country, like the best of the best. I haven't even got to talk to him, or I hadn't got to talk to CJ at that point. So it just kind of hit me. I'm like, what the is there something wrong? Like, I'm freaking out, like low key, deep down. I'm like, I can't get another surgery. I can't, like, my time on, like, this is up. They tell me, like, yeah, we're going to get back to you. Like, we're going to get some more opinions and things. Like, we obviously want you, this and that. And I'm like, all right, like, okay, so we'll see. I don't know. So then I leave. I'm like, this is what the
Look, I like a guy that is very open and honest, and it feels weird that he's saying, Q, that he could feel the energy was off.
Yeah.
The conspiracy theorist in me thinks Baltimore, while talking to Trey Hendrickson, realized, you know what? 2 first-round picks is a really, really steep price to go get a guy who's 28 years old. And Max Crosby is an absolute stud.
Yep.
I wish we had him here in Atlanta, because we've got our own issues right now with pass rush with a guy in James Pierce Jr. I think there was some cold feet associated with that. I think there may have been something that showed up on a doctor's report that maybe you have a little bit of criticism for, or you get nervous for. But the fact that went down the way that it did, it's always going to rub me the wrong way. And I hope for Max and for the Raiders, he comes back and just continues to be the dominant pass rusher that he's been.
Well, I'll tell you this, knowing the guy pretty well, he doesn't need much to motivate him, right? He doesn't, and alphas don't, right? Alphas find ways to get motivated and really go out there and show everyone. Well, Max is a 4th-round pick coming from Eastern Michigan. He's always had a chip on his shoulder anyway, right? Always trying to prove everybody wrong, and he earned the greatness that he is. He's earned the name that he's created, and the reason why the Baltimore Ravens were willing to give up 2 first-round picks. I do believe that they got cold feet. They lost a lot of players that agreed to deals with other teams in that legal tampering period, including Tyler Lindenbaum, who agreed with the deal with the Raiders for 3 years, $81 million, their starting center, all that fully guaranteed. So that was a big deal. They lost a lot of dudes, and then all of a sudden they didn't have no first-round picks to even replace them. So I think that was a part of it. Also, when it comes to the knee, everyone knew he wasn't going to pass the physical.
Right.
He just had surgery. You know what I mean? It's not like he had arthroscopic surgery and they went in like bing, bing, bing. No, I mean, this was a meniscus cleanup, right? So everyone knew that there's no way he's going to pass a physical right away. So that's why I was surprised that the trade even happened to begin with or was agreed on, because I didn't think that it was